This is something that I've had my eyes on for its entire season, and after getting to sit down and actually watch it, I've come to the conclusion that the anime community just doesn't know what a good fantasy really is. It's criminal that people either hate or just don't know about I've somehow gotten stronger when I improved my farm-related skills. I know its title is something of a mouthful, and it's hard to think of a shorter name to call it by, but this series deserves way better than what it's got over here in the West. This anime has a very simple setup to it. Our protagonist, Al Wayne, just wants to live a peaceful life being the best farmer he could possibly be, but that all changes when he reaches a certain point when leveling his farming abilities. He finds himself with a boost in his own power that he doesn't understand. While its first episode might not seem too special within its first few minutes, I noticed something throughout its runtime that I have a great appreciation for. Its writing. This anime manages to stick out from other fantasy series by quite a bit, and that's really apparent with how it takes the tried and true demon trope of the genre and turns it on its head. There's not a whole lot of fantasy series, if any at all, that I've seen manage to start where the demon lord has already been defeated and demonkind lives in peace with humanity. I find it really interesting that the only strife that people seem to have with demons at all is from groups within that don't agree with this peaceful existence. While it might not be a main draw for the series, I found myself being sucked in because I wanted to see more of how differently the writing for this would handle things I've seen become a dime a dozen in other fantasy animes. As I watched even further, I saw many things within it that made this feel really refreshing. While it didn't stray too far from convention overall, the parts of it that did made this one a unique experience for me. The part that I enjoyed the most with its first episode was a lot more prevalent in the series than I initially realized, and it made everything much more enjoyable because of it. The comedic writing for the series is also pretty great. Usually with specific subsets of comedy involving protagonists with overwhelming power, jokes can sometimes either get old or don't quite hit the mark. With this anime, I never felt like the humor missed anything. I thought I would have gotten tired of the jokes since a lot of it revolves around Al being a farmer first and foremost, but they always delivered in such a way that it never got old. There's no doubt that there are people out there that just simply wrote this series off as some generic power fantasy with some quirky gimmick, but those people are the ones that are truly missing out on something amazing. There's turns in this series that I didn't even see coming, and I'm very grateful that I took the time to watch this anime. I don't want to spoil anything, but I will say that it does get quite interesting with how carefully the writing of the story was handled. Al Wayne is a pretty great protagonist, and while he attracts you to the series, you'll end up just falling in love with everything about it. It may seem like some series with an overpowered character on its surface, but every fight you get in the series is always a struggle for the main character. It brings it to a level that people who dislike this kind of character could find themselves enjoying it as well. I've somehow gotten stronger when I improved my farm-related skills. Might appear to be some simple brain-off kind of series, but it holds on tightly to its strengths, and I commend it for that. I hope you'll give this series some of your time, because it deserves a lot more attention and praise than what it gets over here. And if you're one of the few who's seen it all the way through, please let me know your thoughts about it.